Right, Hockey Town. Welcome back. 116 on a Thursday. Glad to have you aboard for some more NHL 17 GM mode with the Detroit Red Wings. Where did we leave off last time? It was the trade deadline of the 2016-17 season. We traded for Austin Matthews. Now, the move, ideally, is to trade for Matthews so he can be the cornerstone of our franchise. I tried to trade for Connor McDavid, but the Oilers just value him way too much. So the idea is that this is going to be, he's going to be the guy in Detroit for a long time. Bring him back south of the border, huh? You know, he's American. He's from Arizona. You know, they don't need him up in Canada. Let the American players stay here. We don't have anybody. We got to be better than Canada in something in hockey. Come on. So we have Austin Matthews on the squad. We put him up on the top line just so he grows faster. Dylan Larkin is down here on the second line. Or the third line, actually. I don't know how much I like that. I'm actually going to put him... Let's put him on the wing. And then anybody else we need to grow? No, all these guys are either old or they're not. Yeah, I think all these guys are past growth. Everybody except maybe Riley Sheahan, but he's not going to grow to the point that it's going to be anything sizable. So I think we're going to leave it just how it is. Matthews, Larkin, and Nyquist on the top line. Defensively, we didn't make any changes. So back to what I was saying, the move was ideally, so Austin Matthews is the cornerstone of our franchise for a long time. But if it keeps us in playoff contention and we do sneak into the playoffs, well, heck, I'll be okay with rebuilding and staying and being in the playoffs at the same time. I am okay with that. So really quickly, we are going to sim to the end of the regular season. I'm going to continue just because I don't... Oh, that was Grand Rapids. I could have done best lines there. Oh, well. We'll survive. So we were 28-6 at the trade deadline, and we're not picking off well. We got a regulation loss and an overtime loss to the Calgary Flames. Let's edit this scouting assignment. See where... Let's scout the WHL, because why not? Let's actually put him there for 3 weeks, just so I don't have to deal with it for a while. Set ticket prices. We're actually going to keep this all the same. That is fine by me. I don't care about the budget. That is all right. We just care about making Hockey Town great again. Is that right? So we got our first win in our post-All-Star break against the Toronto Maple Leafs in a shootout. I don't know, boys. I don't think the playoffs are happening. I just don't see it happening. We're 30-30 right now. Assistant coach replaces player because I don't want to screw up the lines. We're losing to the Rangers. We just can't. I'd imagine we probably just can't score goals. We were down in stats in just about everything possibly. We'll go best lines. Hopefully that doesn't screw with things too much. Hopefully that keeps Austin Matthews on the top line and doesn't move Larkin too far down. That would be good. So now we're 2 games above 500 of regulation. That's not bad. And Gus Nyquist has a mild concussion. Replace that player. Hopefully... Oh, they moved Darren Helm up. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Best lines. Lots of injuries here lately. I believe that was Joe Vitale coming back. As we sim to the end of the regular season here. The playoffs don't look like a possibility. Best roster. Yeah, that's fine. We are the GM. We just want to get the best players in here to get our way. Yeah, it's just to get this team back to where it should be. I just don't think the roster is very good right now. We are making a push here late. I think it's going to be too little too late. Back-to-back games versus Ottawa here. Loss and a win. We got 40 wins on the year. I don't know. Can we sneak into the playoffs here? A win versus Montreal and a win versus New Jersey might just do it. What's going to happen with Montreal? Jonathan Erickson gets hurt. I believe we lost that game, and we won against New Jersey. So 41 wins in the regular season. Moment of truth. I don't think that's enough. I doubt it. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Regular season has ended. And I believe we are out of the playoffs, and we are. So we just did miss it, I believe. We were the 4th in our division. Let's go take a look and see how close it actually was to keeping the playoff streak going. Just give me the Eastern Conference. See, we were the first team that didn't make it. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Who was the wild cards? Wild cards are the... Well, I guess we don't get to know who the wild cards were. So let's just go back to the Atlantic and figure this out. 89 points and 95 points. So the New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders, for that matter, were the 2 wild card teams. Both wild card teams came from the Metropolitan. Just not good enough to put us in the playoffs. That late run, maybe a win versus Montreal makes it close, but I still don't think that that would have changed much. So what we have to do now, we're going to simulate up to the NHL entry draft, the 2018 NHL entry draft, and this is where we're going to unload some of those older players that we don't see as a part of our future. Robbie Russo, best lines, I don't care. Grand Rapids Griffins must have made the playoffs. Yep. Either that or the AHL regular season. The AHL regular season might not be over yet. Anthony Mantha. He's a guy that we might have on this team. You know, I've never been all that impressed with Anthony Mantha, but we'll see how he simulates as everything goes along here. So I just want the entry draft because the goal is going to be, if we can, to trade for a top 5 pick. Now, who that gets us, who knows? That could get us Timothy Liljegren, Nolan Patrick could fall, Maxime Comtois could fall. A lot of things could happen, or we might not get any of those guys, and we might just have to deal with what we have, which is going to be a middle-of-the-road draft pick. I will gladly trade up if I don't have to deal a pick in all this. That would be fantastic. But I'm planning to. So I think our first round pick is going to be the cornerstone of it. We're going to be asking one of the top 5 teams to trade down, and if that doesn't work, that's when we throw in those players that I just don't see as a part of our future, like Thomas Vanek. If he's still on the team. The interesting part of this is Vanek under contract? I don't remember if we had him on a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. We're going to keep ticket prices the same. The Nashville Predators are the Stanley Cup champions. The Calder Cup champions are the Springfield Thunderbirds. And how about that? PK Subban. That trade worked. Salary cap mumbo jumbo. And we continue the simulation to the draft. So Thomas Vanek, Gus Nyquist. This is the draft order. So we're going to have to look for Arizona, Vancouver, Carolina, Toronto. Boy, we're just raping Toronto if we trade for their number 4 overall pick. And the Winnipeg Jets with the number 5. We have the 14th overall pick, so not bad. Not bad there at all. Not bad. All right, so we're going to... I know we failed all your goals. It's a good thing I turned off that the owner can fire us. He cannot fire us. Otherwise, I say that could shorten this series a lot. And Henrik Zetterberg is actually going to retire. A lot of these guys that I didn't plan on having a whole lot longer, especially Johan Franzen. That's not a big surprise at all. Nicholas Kronwall, a little bit of a surprise. He's 36, though. But Henrik Zetterberg... just shy of 1,000 games played in his Red Wings career, 337 goals for 900 points. So Z is gone, and we are going to have to find ourselves a new captain. Nicholas Kronwall, in 807 career games, scored 80 goals, just shy of 400 points. And Let's just take a look. See, if we can find a gem in the draft like the Red Wings did with Henrik Zetterberg, it would pick number 210 in the 7th round. My, oh my. We'll do that later. We will do that later. And now, can we trade anything right now? Can we do this? Arizona does have the number 1 pick. I would imagine they're going to value it a ton because it's going to guarantee them one of the top players here. So let's see what I got draft pick wise. They value it a lot. They do value it a ton. Let's see what our draft pick gets us. Not all that valuable. Do we have another first round pick in here? No, we have a second. So I think it's going to take a first and a second and a player. What player? I don't know. I don't know how many people they're actually interested in. Thomas Vanek's trade value fell a ton. So did... Oh my goodness. He must not be under contract for next year. He must be a free agent. Can we find out? Oops, I went to Applicator. Years remaining, yes, but I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Danny DeKeyser does meet their trade requirements. Oh boy, this is a lot different. I should have made the trades when we could. Because I'm not getting rid of Danny DeKeyser. Even though he is 27. Dylan Larkin, no, that's not happening. Gus Nyquist if we have to. Franz Nielsen, we could. He's got 6 years remaining. Oh my god, they signed him for 7 years? Or 6 years, 7 years, something like that. Ay, ay, ay. That could be something. Because Franz Nielsen is not exactly somebody that we really need on the team, especially if we're going to try and get a number 1 pick. So Franz Nielsen, our first round pick and our second round pick, do we have to... We might not even have to trade away the second. We might be okay otherwise. You think we could convince him to give us... Because we traded away our first round pick for next year. I think we could just sweeten this deal a little bit with a second. I mean, we just have no picks with any value. We do have a 2021 first rounder. Get rid of that. Trade value is quite even. Franz Nielsen involved. I say we give it a go. Trade value looks to be a little bit more in their favor, but that's okay. We're trading for the first overall pick without giving up our first round pick for this year. This is a flyer. I don't expect it to work, but, yep, it's not going to. So we are going to have to give up our first round pick, I have a feeling. How about this? Just Franz Nielsen and a first rounder for Arizona Coyotes' first round pick. That doesn't work. Okay. It's going to take... Well, we could trade away the 2021 first rounder. How about this? Oh, they are not giving it up. It is not happening. We're going to load them up with picks. We are going to load them up with picks. That's still no good. So Franz Nielsen's not cutting it. I wonder if Franz Nielsen might actually be hurting the deal. No. Ay, ay, ay. We're trying everything here. Anybody who they actually want? A guy with no trade value. Fantastic. So they're actually interested in Danny DeKeyser here. So this is something that we could definitely... And then this guy, who's only a 66 overall at age 20, and his potential is a medium top 6. So they're interested in him. How about that? They are interested in everything here. Trade value's even. I doubt this goes through, and it doesn't. So who else are they interested in other than... They're not even interested in Larkin. They don't even want Larkin. The trade value is so high on him. How about Gus Nyquist? Gus Nyquist. Let's get all this out of here. Gus Nyquist in a first. And let's throw in... let's get another draft pick in here. I mean, we are banking so hard on this draft this season. Oh, this is actually the 2021 pick in here. So, how about that? Not working. Ay, ay, ay. All right. First round pick in 2017. I guess you got to give up something to get something. Let's see if we can hang on to this one. Oh, that actually bumped up the trade value, I think. It's not happening. Woefully insufficient. All right, well, let's load them. Let's give them something else. A 28. Next year's, how about this other first? Does that help? That does help. Or did we already try this? What's the next? There we go. So let's try this. If this doesn't happen, it's not happening. I don't think it's happening. They're interested in everything on this board. How about give them Danny DeKeyser. So Danny DeKeyser and a slew of draft picks. It's not happening, boys. So who had the next pick? Who else had the who else had the draft picks? I guess we're just gonna have to simulate into the draft or start the draft and then get this going. And just get it over with before they actually trade the pick away. So it's a good thing that clock stopped because this might take a while. Because I'm not going to give up Austin Matthews. We could see what Vancouver wants. Let's see what Vancouver wants. If they're interested in Gus Nyquist, that would help us out a ton. That would help us out a lot. And they are not. They're interested in Abdelkader, though. That's interesting. 30 years old. Could give this a try. Throw Abdelkader in there. Yeah, I know, disapproved. Whatever. We'll fix it all later. So that, Justin Abdelkader, our first round pick this year. They would be over the maximum salary cap, so that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Who can we send them that is a little less expensive that they're interested in? I really don't want to trade away Dylan Larkin. That seems counterproductive. That seems counterproductive big time. First round pick. No name AHL prospect that seems to have a little bit of trade value. And that 2021 pick. I am trying to give that pick away so hard. Well, let's give this a go. I'm not confident that it's going to work. Can I get down here? There we go. Not working. So a couple of draft picks and a no-name prospect. Not good enough yet. Let's sweeten this pot. We'll give them the top picks we have available to them. It's rejected. It ain't working. Nobody's giving up these picks. All right. Let's try the Carolina Hurricanes. So that way, that would guarantee us Patrick, Comtois, or Liljegren. One of those three. It would guarantee us one of those three players. Because we got to cut some cap space before the end of the off season here, or end of the draft, because otherwise we're going to have a whole ton of players that we don't need, and it's going to hurt our ability to sign free agents. So we're going to get Justin Abdelkader in there. It's a player that they're interested in here in Carolina. They are interested in the #1 pick. That would put them at more than 45 skaters, so that's not good. They're interested in giving away all their picks, so that's very interesting. But let's just get a bare bones skater here from the NHL, Brian Bickle, if that is Brian Bickle. Trade value is not looking so good right there. So we're going to sweeten this pot a little bit with some draft picks if we can. We do not have much going on in this department. So this other draft pick here, trade value is pretty good. They're interested in giving this player away. It ain't happening. My God, this is turning out to be a lot harder than I thought it might. Whole bunch of draft picks, still not happening. Still not happening. Oh boy. Well, we could do something very interesting, to say the least, and trade away Auston Matthews or Dylan Larkin. They value him a lot. They want him. This is something probably not recommended, but I'm gonna give it a try, just to see what the trade value swing would look like. They're gonna value this pick a whole ton, ain't they? Oh, they actually aren't interested in giving away their first overall pick. Of course they're not. And the value's not looking very good. What about Toronto? Toronto. Who are they interested in? Were they interested in Nyquist at the trade deadline? They're not. They're not interested. Well, I think we're just going to have to settle for maybe this 7th pick. Is this going to be one that we could trade for? Trading up in the draft right here with the first round pick this year and a 2nd round pick this year. They're not falling back all that much. That's good. Okay, so we traded up. So that might actually help us out a little bit here in terms of trading up for these picks. So let's go try and trade for this Carolina pick, because now we're up to the 7th overall. So that's going to have a little bit more value. That'll have a little bit more value. Not a whole ton, but a little bit more. This is league approved, but we aren't looking for league approved. We want the Buffalo Sabres or the Carolina Hurricanes to want this. We're going to give them Abdelkader, who they want. We're going to give them DeKaiser, who they want. Because if we could do this without giving up any more picks, because we've absolutely killed our system with draft picks. So it's going to taking on some crappy players. So we're going to try and get Bickle involved in this again. And another one, whoever they don't want. Give us some guys you want to get rid of. There we go. So it's league approved. Is it going to be Carolina Hurricanes approved? Not yet. All right. So back to the draft picks. If we can sweeten this pot with that 2021 pick that I have been trying so hard to give away. Will this do it? Not good enough. If this one right here does not work, I think it's a done deal, and we're going to be picking 7th overall. I think it's a done deal. I don't think there's any way we're going to be trading up here. Oh well, we're going to have to deal. Let's just sim to user pick and see what the damage is. And we aren't going to get any of the guys we wanted. So Timothy Liljegren actually went number 1 overall. Thielander number 2. Vesselinen, that's how I'm going to say that name. He went number 3. There's Nolan Patrick. And Maxime Comtois went right before us at number 6. So none of the guys that I wanted fell to us. Comtois almost did, but not yet. So that is that. So what are we going to have to do now? This guy's a low top 9. It could be a medium top 6, maybe. Aaron Rasmussen. High top 4. That's probably right where he's going to be at. Playmaker. Unknown. Ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. These guys are projected to go in the top 10. Medium bottom 6. I'm thinking this guy could be a medium top 6. I'm taking a flyer on Rasmussen here. What is he? Low elite. Okay, so he's about what Dylan Larkin is right now. It'll be interesting to see what his ratings are. I'll take that. That's not bad. Especially because Shushko here, he's top 9. It's not that great. So, sim options. We do not have many picks, I don't think, in this draft. I think we traded a lot of them away. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. The simulation's taking forever, probably because we're all out of picks. No, we get a third round pick here. So we must have traded away our second rounder. So now it is all about trying to find gems, because these are all guys that nobody's really going to know. We could go the usual Red Wings way and select Swedes. These guys are projected to go here. Go get Kuznetsov, the right winger. AHL extra forward, though. That's not all that good. AHL top 6. He could be a bottom 6 in the NHL, medium bottom 6, something like that. Let's go select this guy. Let's select Olsen here. Low top 9. So not the greatest, but he could be something for us if he grows well. That could go up to maybe a low top 6 if we're lucky. So we're now at the 104th overall pick. And as we get late into the draft, I'm just going to take some flyers on some guys that are unknown here. Kind of like this. This is interesting right here, actually. We could go out and get this guy. He's unknown. He's a two-way defender. He's predicted to go in the 4th round. That's where we're at. League interest is high. That's definitely interesting that he's got unknown potential. And there's nothing really here that's going to get you all that excited. This guy in the AHL top 6. Let's take a flyer here on Martineau. Let's do it. AHL top 2. Okay, so that's not great, but he could be a late, like a third defensive pairing kind of guy for us. This draft has not gone well. All of a sudden we have another pick. Did I sim? I must have simmed. I was talking. I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. Larionov, but he's American. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we lost one Zetterberg. We could go get another one. Christian Zetterberg. 18 years old. AHL top 4. Actually, I think I might do this. Medium potential. I like it. Let's go get another Zetterberg. 7th defenseman. Okay. It could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Wonder if he's related to Hank in any way. Probably so. So into the 6th round. 6th round, 7th round. This is basically where I start just taking random picks. Not random, but a little bit risky picks. So we look for some unknown guys. We look for league interest. League interest is generally... sort one too many? Yes, I did. Okay. So the league interest is high on these guys. So we gotta look for anything. Who's the best potential right now? High backup, high top 6. Top 2, see that I don't like because that's going to be pretty accurate. Give me some of the low. Do we have anybody that's like low AHL top 4? Probably not. Oh, this guy's exact at AHL top 6, my God. All right, so let me back out of this just for a second so I can reset that screen. Because otherwise you can't get it back to where you had it. So let's just see what we have. An AHL 7th defenseman, an AHL bottom 6. Medium 4th line, AHL other. None of this is very good. Draft is not as deep as I thought it might be. Could go after another Swede and get this Davidson. The low 4th line in the AHL. It's a 6th round. Why not? Let's go ahead and get ourselves... Okay, low bottom 6. That's actually a lot better than I expected it to be. That's a lot better than I expected it to be. So we will simulate to our last pick if we... Oh, this isn't our last pick, so we have another 6th round pick. This is where we could find some gems. This is where Pavel Datsyuk and Henrik Zetterberg, they came late in the draft. Can we find ourselves something similar? Low AHL bottom 6, sniper 6th round, doesn't have any league interest. Let's go get this Finn. I like it. Low bottom 6, I can live with that. This is the 7th round. Why not? Or this is not the 7th round, still 6th round. So we're going to have another 7th round pick here. We should, unless we traded that away as well. We did not. Here we go. So this is probably our last pick in the draft. And then after this, we're going to go ahead and go to free agency. So I'll be looking to probably trade away some players. Probably Thomas Vanek, Gus Nyquist. Get the older guys that have peaked out of there. Get them off the team so we can get the younger guys in here that are going to grow. Low 7th defenseman. These guys are all projected to go undrafted. See, this is really where you better hope that you just find something, just something positive to go on. AHL, he could be maybe a high top 2. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Nobody on the screen right here in front of me looks very good. We can go ahead and get this unknown sniper Canadian. Who do we got? Eric Legger is his name. He's 20 years old, though. It's not exactly what I want. 20 years old's kind of old. But I think we're going to go get him. Why not? 7th round. Be something special. AHL top 6. So nothing special there with the last pick of the draft. And that's going to do it for the NHL entry draft for 2018. So it didn't play out the way we wanted it. We did not get a top 5 pick. We got the 7th overall pick away from Buffalo. I wish we would have tried for the 6th overall. Might have had a chance at Maxime Comtois because he did fall to the number 6 pick. So we're going to sim to the re-sign phase. Hopefully Thomas Vanek is under contract. Hopefully we got him on a 2-year deal. But I feel like he's a 1. Yeah, see, he's unsigned. We could sign him and then, you know what? Let's just let him go. Let's just let him go. Andreas Athanasiou. Non-tendered restricted free agent. Give him a qualified offer. Alexei Marchenko, we don't have to worry about. Brendan Smith, we're gonna let him go. Tomasz Jurko, let's qualify an RFA to him. Joe Vital, I don't see a reason to keep him. Steve Ott, 4th line grinder, 34 years old. We don't want any of that older talent on here. Drew Miller, as much as it pains me to see, we're gonna have to let the Silver Bullet go. Anthony Mantha, he's under contract. And then just a whole bunch of guys that I don't think... Oh, I do want to keep Mitch Callahan on the squad, mainly for the Griffins. I want him down there. Jared Coro, backup goalie, medium backup. Oh, wait, he's under contract, so we don't have to worry about him. Tyler Bertuzzi's under contract. Pascal, he's 26. He can go. We can all find replacements for these guys easily. Joachim Anderson, I don't even think he's playing in Sweden these days. Nick Jensen, 26-year-old AHL top 2. He's on the NHL squad right now. Only a sick. Oh my God, 68 overall. My God, thank God I don't actually have to play him. So here we go, the unsigned rookies. So Olsen, who is, what was he? He was a center. Was he our number 1 pick? Oh, I hope not. That's no good. 67 overall. We'll offer him a contract, though. He'll get back to us later. We'll just offer contracts to all our rookies because you never know. Oops. You never know what they can become. Offer that contract. to all these rookies. I don't remember drafting a lot of these guys. The second coming of Henrik Zetterberg in defensive form is only a 59 overall. And Legger fell to an AHL top 6. Oy. All right. So there we go with that. We're going to... Actually, I don't want to go to the calendar. My bad. I'm always clicking buttons I don't want to actually go to. But whatever. Let's sim to the free agency period. Are we really getting rookies that are declining our offers? I don't even care that I'm going to simulate all past that. Whatever. Jesus. Thomas Shearick goes on. So these are going to be the guys that we re-signed in the off-season. So let's see who's available. Hopefully there's something good, eh? That's going to make this team better. So all these guys are pretty much going to be... Oh! Now wait a minute. Pavel Datsyuk. Hey! Now this... I really don't think we should probably re-sign him. 0 teams interested in TJ Oshie. I'm thinking we get TJ SOCHI on board if we can. An 88 overall for 30 years old, though. Maybe a second-line winger. Let's offer him a contract because we know we're going to need people, and there's no teams interested in him. Tyler Johnson. 3 teams interested in him. He's 26 years old. He's still maybe got room to grow. Medium top 6 for this Alexander Wenberg. He's got room to grow as well. I like this. This is good. For a center. Oh. He's an offer sheet. Okay, never mind. I was wondering why he was a free agent. I was like, my God. So we do need some older talent. We could go after Thomas Vanek and re-sign him. But I don't know how smart that's actually going to be. Let's go ahead, offer Pavel a contract. I think we have goalies. I think we have Peter Mrazek under contract as well as Jimmy Howard. And we do, because otherwise they'd be in here. Ben Bishop. Now, that's an interesting one, but we're not going to go after him because we do have Peter Mrazek, and he will hopefully grow in the coming seasons. So, basically, after this, yeah, I don't really know what we want to do. We could go get Cody Franzen. He's not all that old yet. Get Johnny Oduya to bring some defensive presence onto the squad now that Nick Kronwall is gone. Only 83 overall, though. 84. Is Wisniewski the highest rated defenseman? No, Carl Alsner is. 28 years old on Alsner. Is he an offer sheet? No, he's not. Okay. Hey, why not? He's currently considering his options. He'll get back to us. I really should have upped that contract offer on Pavel. I really think I should have done that. Affordable. Oh, boy. What can we afford? These are probably going to be like, what, 60 overalls? Oh, no, everybody. Everybody's affordable. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, I don't want Jared Cowan on the squad. No, thanks. No, thank you. Chris Kunitz, 84 overall. We only did have one defenseman retire. It's crazy that we have Henrik Zetterberg retire before Pavel Datsyuk. Mike Ribeiro, 37 years old. Is that right? Is that right? We could, yeah, I mean, we could. Why not? Nobody's interested in him. It means we can maybe lowball an offer here. And I only really want 1 year. Well, that's going to hurt. Eh. So these guys are going to consider their options. And we're going to advance a day here. Hopefully these guys don't sign with other teams. Hopefully these guys don't sign with other teams. So Ribeiro, Datsuk, Oshie, Alsner, everybody rejected our offer. Oh boy, that was not good at all. That was not good at all. But Oshie's still here. TJ Oshie is still on the free agency board. So let's bump this offer way up. Let's get this up to $8.25 million. That's gotta get you on the squad, man. Come on. Well, if this is the way that it has to be, and maybe we just it's not going to be a good season for the Detroit Red Wings in 17-18 either, when they'll be opening up Little Caesars Arena. Oy. We still do need some defensive help, so let's try and get Wisniewski. Nobody is interested in him. Nobody's interested in Alsner either. And we have some cap room, so I really only want this guy on a one-year deal, just because after that, you know, I don't know what our plans will be. Alsner, let's bump his offer up and see if we can get him on the team as well. And if we can't get these guys, then it's just going to have to be a really bad season for the Detroit Red Wings. It's advance day. We're going to have to advance a couple days here before these guys make up their mind. All right, TJ Oshie is a Detroit Red Wing. That is good. That is good. Carl Alsner is on the Red Wings. Wisniewski declined, but we got the higher overall player. I am happy with that. So we did sign a defenseman. We signed a forward. And we can't look at our roster because we're in the off season. Can I do anything? Can I just want to look at the team. I just want to look at the team. Defensively, we're still not all that great. We are not that great at all. But I think we're going to be content. Let's take one last look at the free agency board. Let's take one last look at it. We're down to just a whole bunch of nobodies, really. Ribeiro is still available. We could maybe offer him a contract. Anybody is still available for goaltenders? If Ben Bishop is still available, man. No, he's not. Ray Emery's still here, though. 34 years old. No, I think that'll do it. I think we can go into the season feeling confident. I don't know how quickly I'll expect to compete for a Stanley Cup. I don't think it's going to happen this year, though, and we might even play the young guys a little bit more so they grow fast. It's not all about winning the Stanley Cup this year. We definitely have to get some growth out of our younger players, so putting them on the top lines is going to be imperative. So that's going to do it for episode number 2 of the Detroit Red Wings GM mode. I don't know. I still don't know what to call it. A rebuild? I don't know what this is. But we will see you next time. Take care.